Joslovo is our leader. 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 Mandela is our commander. Joslovo is our leader. Mandela is our commander. Joslovo is our leader. Mandela is our commander.
We dedicate this day to all the heroes and heroines in this country and the rest of the world who sacrificed in many ways and surrendered their lives so that we could be free. Their dreams have become reality. Freedom is their reward. We are both humbled and elevated by the honor and privilege that you, the people of South Africa, have bestowed on us as the first president of a united, democratic, non-racial, and non-sexist South Africa to lead our country out of the valley of darkness. We understand it still that there is no easy road to freedom. We know it well that none of us acting alone can achieve success. We must therefore act together as a united people for national reconciliation, for nation building, for the birth of a new world. Let there be justice for all. Let there be peace for all. Let there be work, bread, water, and salt for all. Let each know that for each, the body, the mind, and the soul have been freed to fulfill themselves. Never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another.
Kutulemo ho bua ka burial ya di veterans. Right, or omo okwana. Now put a like hore. Cancel ya ego e ka khona na hore evenly one space e etse hore bena le pleke e itseng mo ho tla patwang the military veterans, because these people are people who fought. These are people who brought a certain change in our history. If banale one place more hunting, that will bring dignity to where they are. And secondly, it's part of our history and part of our legacy. These people are playing there is that respect. Here we have people who do this for our country. That's question number one. Question number two. Right, okay. For instance, now I have a dependent, okay? Babamba Sebeta, okay, it's right. But there is one also Sebeting, and the Honanu Hana has Sebet, and only a diploma. And then in what can any do for such children? Is everybody able to take them somewhere where they can give them skills so that that's my question. Thank you.
Oh, come on! Kill him! Kill
What is happening with the welfare of ex-political prisoners? For someone who is in your position, can you just tell us what is happening and what is being done about it?
The plight of political prisoners, I would say...
This includes veterans, military veterans of the liberation.
It's a sad state of affairs. Most of them are destitute. I've met them, I see them every day. And the sad thing, there were monies, so to say, donated by countries like Sweden, but certain people monies make business out of it. I don't want to mention names. They know themselves. They got rid out of that money. They bought shares and made a lot of money.
An example of something that might make this thing easier. If you chain your dog to a tree or a stump of a tree, it gets used to that particular place. And then once you unchain it, it will still rotate around that place of confinement until something tells it that no, you are free. Then it forgets its roots where it was chained. Now it is actually what transpired with the ex-political prisoners, the foot soldiers of the revolution. There's a lot of money that has been accrued from donors abroad and otherwise that have been done or accumulated in the name of the foot soldiers. but it was not dispensed to the relevant individuals. So the question is, where is that particular money? Who's actually
benefiting?
Who has benefited from that particular kind of monies? Even now, if ever I can just quote in passing, we're not talking about ex-political prisoners. There's a certain fund that was established by the ex-president, Utatu Mandela. He has made an initiative on his own that we know very well, or I know very well, that those particular people who come from that particular place are not welcome into this world of franchise and all that stuff. So it is better to create a fallback for them.
In 1995, the old man Madiba called all the ex-political prisoners to Robben Island for a reunion. We were all there. A committee was formed there to form a trust. Toku Sokwala was a chairperson, was chosen as a chairperson of that committee, of the trust. And then they formed a trust. And what happened? When we were released in 1990 from prison, what happened there is that there is money that we're receiving on a monthly basis from IDAF. That was IDAF, it was controlled by the Trevor Hattuston, the anti-apartheid movement. We used to have money, almost something like 2,000 every month. That committee stopped those people, the anti-apartheid movement, to give us the money. They said they should release the money to that committee so that they can do something for us for that money, open businesses and some projects and what. You see, they didn't do that.
Can I ask, does the trust ever call meetings then for the beneficiaries, ex-political prisoners?
There are meetings that are called. The last meeting was here at the SAB Centenary. We ask questions. How much do we have there in the trust? Who are the trustees and what? You know, there are no answers.
They cannot give you a specific.
They will just tell you, Tokyo is the chairperson of the trust, and he's not here in the meeting. We don't know.
And then, are there any benefits which you have received since the trust was established?
Nothing.
And you are ex-political prisoners?
Yes.
In the resolution at the conference with the
at the seminar in Benoni in 2004, and the resolution to set up a trust team to look into the matter and its finality was made by Provincial representative in April 2006. All these efforts could not produce desired results and eliminate the perception of self-enrichment. It has been further resolved in the Gauteng province in particular that the matter be raised with the Master of the Supreme Court. Please find attached a copy of the letter to the Master dated the 29th of August 2006. With this background information, we do not think it would be in the best interest of any entity, including Tonga Ulet, to enter into any discussion with current organizations who claim beneficial status perpetually in the name of ex-political prisoners when these matters are not resolved. Comrade.
Yeah, Comrade Cheki. I think this still boils to the point that what powers does this meeting have? The powers, whatever we shall be discussing here, or whatever we will be agreeing upon here, what weight will it carry? Because we have had meetings with this national executive, and then where very, very decisive resolutions were taken, which had never been implemented. Moreover, the national conference resolutions, which were taken in Bloemfontein, none of those which had ever been implemented. So what is it that we are going to achieve from this meeting? Before we can go forward, please.
Okay, so we'll get an answer. Please.
Yeah, no, thanks, Comrade Jiki. I'm going to suggest that we look at the agenda of this meeting. I have a problem. Over the years, comrades, we have been, sweeping our problems under the carpet. And it's time that we need to resolve them and be honest to one another. This agenda is in such a way that these comrades have interest on a specific matter for one specific deal that involves ULETs, And that is not an issue. It's true. We have sabotaged that move. And our reason was that we are not benefiting provinces and ex-political prisoners are not benefiting anything. And I want to make it categorically clear, comrades, that this NEC, together with whoever in Makana Trust and the MIC, they only respond when there's something, that is burning them. Now they are feeling pressure from us. They convene meeting of this nature. Our provincial offices, I just want to make example, are closed down because we are not getting provincial allocation as we are supposed to. The conference resolved in 2003 that provincial structures must have budget allocations yearly. That is not the case, And we opened those provinces and it was clear, the conference resolution is there, they know it, that there must be support. Apart from the budget, there must be support from the head office. That is not happening. And I'm saying we are not here, or we are not going to allow this meeting to discuss only one isolated issues that suits them. They are here because they are losing that, the deal, the BEE deal of ULES. And we have made it possible, and we are saying they are not going to get it. We have even indicated to ULES that we are prepared to meet with them. And there are other deals, comrades. It's not only that. For your information, there's another one in Riversdale Minerals in Cape Town. We are also sabotaging that one. We know that they want to buy shares in Media 24. In our name, in the name of the trust. Comrades, we have documents here with us which can prove. I have documents here which are meetings, so the point here is...
I'm not sharing the meeting, I just wanted
the point that I want to make here, comrades, there are core issues that we need to deal with. Let us not only deal with specific issues that suit certain people. Let us deal with all issues that we have to address.
No, just hold on. I'm not the chairperson, I was asking this.
Mr. Chairman.
I mean, you don't have access. There are comrades who like to go back to school. There are comrades who like to do certain, skills programs, maybe, and register with institutions, right? But they're not helping. Where do they empower us at the end of the day? Because we are not being empowered. We have been further marginalized. Then you find the National Treasury giving you a pittance of a grant money. They expect you to feed your children on 700 rands a month. So we are worse off. We could just have not even fought the struggle, would have been better off. Yeah. So where are we being assisted? We cannot go to school, we cannot finish, we cannot get jobs. When we move in, they say you're over 45. Where are you going to work? Where are you going to work? So what's the point of having these structures? We come here, it becomes a talk shop, we talk. At the end of the day, nothing happens. You have to run for these people because they are fly-by-nights. They change offices every 5 to 11. We don't get correspondence. We are discussing issues that we are not even familiar with because there's no report. The report is in their hands, as if we're a bunch of small kids. I mean, this is really undermining us.
Our families are expecting something from us.
Our families say, our children are in crime because there's nothing that happens. We cannot even take our children to school. We can hardly even pay the school fees for our children. We can hardly put food on the table. We can hardly even afford to get a decent home for ourselves. From our mothers, but even today you are still liabilities to us. This is unacceptable. That means that we are setting up structures actually to enrich people so that drive the 4x4 when we don't benefit anything.
Provincial structure, so that they must know how to go on with these things.
Yeah,
exactly. By sabotaging. I mean, in resolution, I thought that I would conference with you. It's finally I mean, if you've got a complaint,
Hakuna office.
Is it?
You have now to operate from the street. They operate from the street. The provinces operate from the pavement.
You see, these two camps, mhlawumbe abanye bahambela abanye phambili baclinch deal before
baclinch ama-deal
ngiyakutshela kune something siyalethwa nje
to come and rubber stamp endorse. Where is a report on this? Where is a report on this? Because if they call a meeting, we should have actually at least a report.
Another pump.
It's the dynamics within the ANC. That is the first major problem. But secondly, also, you do find individuals who do not have the interest of others at heart, who are merely maybe using the organization to better their lives and their families, you know, at the expense of the majority of the ex-combatants. It is a disgrace in any country. I don't know of any country where after 17 years you still find the people who fought for liberation going to bed without, you know, a bread, living under the poverty line. But when you look in terms of the resources, are not that of a major problem. The problem, like you said, it's a management of those resources as to who manages them. With relation to the dynamics of the ANC that we have, you find that some of the comrades, they become opportunistic and they take advantage of the suffering of some of our comrades, and hence they misdirect them, you know, and hence you find a lot of prolonging in terms of taking corrective action to where we are.
I'm just in fear now. I don't know if I should still continue to give you the opportunity.
Comrades, we've got a problem here, which was eloquently given by Chawa here. The legal status of this meeting is at
stake. Comrades, it does appear to me, I'm not quite au fait with the issues. I'm not very clear as to the background to the meeting.
Even at the film festival, we're thinking along those lines. Most
only should it be recurring annually, but in between there must be this thing there back office capacity to support filling.
You go around spreading things about my name. You do that, guys. You do. You come here, you tell these comrades about me.
The reunion, as a reunion, it's not viable.
The way you've been taught politics or the way you've seen it, it has got a major influence in terms of saying when you're sitting at a position of power, you know, you begin to be arrogant and say, no, it is their own problem. No, it's not my problem. No, I have no obligation whatsoever. This is the ANC, it ends up here.